those of y'all that don't know me, I'm Sophia Alexandria. What it do? What it don't do? Hey. So today I want to talk about pride versus proud in your journey to authenticity. You know, because sometimes we kind of overlook our healing and, you know, our progress. Well, we overlook pride versus being proud in our journey. So we kind of skip out on it. But give me a second. I'm going to... Hey. Let me turn this music down real quick. I'll be back. Okay, so sometimes we kind of skip over, you know, some parts of self-reflection and becoming self-aware in our journey to healing from whatever, healing from a loss, healing from loss of a relationship, loss of a job, loss of an opportunity, and we just don't think about it. So I'm going to start with me, because you know how I do. I like to kind of share my story. So for those of you that can relate, can have something to think about, give an example, you know, and to let you know that I am also human. I'm real. Pinch me. But anyway, so I've been divorced twice. For those of you who are just jumping in, who just met me today, for those of you who've been following me for some time now, you already know that. Divorced twice, got 2 kids, by 2 baby daddies, by 2 different marriages. So that's a little bit about me. And so my second divorce, I was devastated. I came out of it and I was like, even when I knew it was going to happen, I told my mom, I was like, don't tell nobody. You know, because I didn't want people to know. I didn't want people looking at me in a negative light or a negative way. I'm like, oh, she don't know what she's doing. She keeps getting into these relationships and they don't work out. I just didn't want people looking at me sideways, and I didn't want people to think bad of me. So I was ashamed. I was ashamed of my situation. So I told my mom, I was like, don't tell nobody. And I didn't, even though my husband at the time had moved out and left, and, you know, we were separated, we weren't together, I was still telling him, like, shh, don't tell nobody, I don't want nobody to know yet, you know. And it went on for a little bit. I let it go on. But the reason why I shared this part of my journey with you is because I want to talk about pride versus being proud. Being prideful versus being proudful or proud. Anyway, so they're 2 different things. Now I want to say that being proud is a good thing. You know, you're proud of your accomplishments, you're proud of your kids, you're proud that you landed that opportunity. But having pride or being prideful can halt your journey. It can cause you to have to go through the same experiences over and over again. It will cause you to repeat the same cycles again. It will cause you to drag things out longer than what they should have been. Hey, I might as well start rapping right now. But being prideful, I like to say, it doesn't allow you to look up. You're always looking down when you have too much pride. You can't see up. And so, if you have too much pride and you can't see up, you already think you're at the top. There's nothing for you to learn. There's nowhere for you to go because you did it. You did it. You've done it. You've done it all. You've seen it all. Can't nobody tell you nothing. And you know what? I'm kind of known for that. You know, I had to work on those issues because me being a fire sign, the amazing, beautiful fire sign that I am, Aries, sometimes we don't like people telling us stuff, especially if we didn't ask for it. So a lot of times I have to learn by experience, you know, like bumping my head, like, ooh, somebody told me that was gonna hurt, you know, like, but it's okay. However you get it is how you get it. So don't down however someone else receives something. Sometimes some people you can tell them something and they get it. Like some people, you can say, oh yeah, this and this, and I went through this and that, and they're like, oh, I'm not doing that. And then some people are like, oh, I did this and this and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But they still gonna do it because that is their journey. So that's me. That's where I fit in. So anyway, so I had to learn that way. And so when you have too much pride, you think you're at the top. You think your life is bliss, and there's nothing wrong with bliss. We should all be at a blissful state. We should all strive to be blissful or in a blissful space, environment, whatever. But at the same time, you shouldn't be so blissful that you think you've already accomplished everything. You've already done everything. You know everything. Can't nobody tell you nothing. So that's the difference between evolving, growing, being blissful, but then knowing there is something else, there's something more, there's something else you should strive for. What else can I learn? What else can I see? I'm happy, I'm great, I'm doing great, I'm enjoying my journey, but what can I learn? But when you have too much pride, you only look down. And you think you are it, you are superior. Nothing can't happen to you. You too big, you too bad. It can't happen to you. Why would this happen to me? So you have that mindset. So I want to talk about how being proud can actually benefit you in your journey, and how being prideful or having too much pride causes you to waste unnecessary, waste time. Time is so valuable, we shouldn't really waste it. And had I learned this sooner, things would be different, of course, but I appreciate my journey and how I got there. So no regrets in any of my situations, my divorces, because had those not happened, where would I be? It has taught me so many things, and that's the reason why I can share with you my story, because these are the things that I learned. And so being proud, so let's go back to being prideful and me being ashamed to tell, because I was so prideful at that time. It didn't allow me to grow. It didn't allow me to move at the pace maybe that I should have moved at, or it caused me to stay stagnant in that situation, in that spot. It caused me to not move forward. So I was always stuck because I couldn't get past how this happened to me. Why did this happen to me? This shouldn't have happened to me. Of course, I thought, I wasn't raised like that. Really, I don't think anybody was raised to like, hey, go screw this person and screw that person, get pregnant by each of them and have 2 baby daddies or have them in 3, 4. So nobody, I don't think people were raised like that. I know I wasn't. So I was like, I wasn't raised like that. My dad is sure in hell didn't raise me like that. And so just knowing my family and my friends, and they were like, oh my God, she divorced quick, 2 times, real quick. It wasn't that quick, but it was kind of quick. But I had to stay stuck in that place because I wasn't seeing past my pride. At the time, I didn't recognize it was pride. I just thought it was me, like, oh, I can't, this cannot be happening. But had I released pride and became humble, like Kendrick Lamar says, bitch, be humble. Had that song came out at that time, I don't know if it would have changed my life there, because I had too much pride. I had to really grow to wake up to that. But had I been humble at that time, I'm pretty sure I would have ran smack into the opportunities and the things that were waiting for me on the other side. But I delayed them. I believe I delayed those things because I was so stuck right here, because I couldn't see up, because I was so busy looking down with my pride. Like, I'm too good for this. Like, I'm too good for this shit. I can't. I mean, like, why did this happen to me? Why do I have 2 failed relationships, 2 marriages at that? So, pride, if you don't recognize it, you will keep going in the same circles over and over. Hey, and you'll be in your party, you'll be miserable. You won't be doing none of this though, like I'm doing. But you'll just be going in them same circles over and over and over and over and over and over until you get it. And then also pride will cause you to stay in things longer than you probably should have. Relationships, careers, jobs, businesses, opportunities, whatever it is, because you're like, oh no, I can't mess up. This will be a failure if I walk away. But you know what? There's wisdom to walking away from things sometimes in your life, and we should hopefully have that wisdom to know that when we should just walk away and stop wasting time. Because we think about in these the relationships, the career, the businesses, oh, we've invested so much, we've been here in this position, we put this in, we put this time, we spent this money, we did this and we created that, and we're just so worried about what we did. We're not thinking about where we could be if we step outside of pride and say, you know what, things happen and it may not go the way I want it to go or have wanted it to go, but it's okay. What can I learn from this so I don't do it the next time? Then you step into it. You step outside of pride and you put pride down. Actually, don't step outside of it. Throw that shit away. Throw it away. Put it to whatever you gotta do. Discard it. Set it on fire. You know, I'm a fire sign, so if you need an extinguisher. Hold up, not an extinguisher. I'm fire, so I don't extinguish fires. I ignite. So if you need a fire started, that's what I'm trying to say. And if you need a fire started, call me. I'll burn some shit up. I won't burn stuff that don't supposed to be burned up. I burn up the stuff that needs to be burned up. You know, like trash, like stuff we're trying to get rid of, you know, stuff like that. So that type of stuff that we don't need anymore. So anyway, back to what I was trying to say. Just throw it away, get rid of it, discard it, because in that way, when you do, you can start walking into who you are, your authentic journey, your destiny. Because in our journey, we're gonna have blocks, we're gonna have things that come into our path, and we gotta know. And that's why I'm talking about wisdom. You gotta have wisdom to know when you have to say, oh, okay, it's time for me to go. And also, wisdom is also understanding that everything and everyone is not going to be in your life forever. Some things will be temporary. Some things will be seasonal. And so it's up to us to know that. It's up to us to know that and that's just a part of the journey, and I'm still learning that as well, because as you grow and as you evolve, your problems will be different especially if you got the lesson that you're supposed to get, your problems will be different, and you're going to have to carry more hats, wear more hats, and you're going to have to be able to decipher whether you should be here or there, and it's never, well, I don't like saying negative things, but in this journey, some things will not be as easy as others. That's how I'm going to say it, because I don't like to say negative things. Oh, everything is difficult, or this is difficult and it's challenging, or whatever. It doesn't have to be when we change our mindset. That's what I want to say. But when those things come or present themselves that seems to not be easy, or seems to be something that could halt your journey or deter your journey or whatever it may be. We need to be wise enough to say, to recognize, to see, because guess what? We have intuition. We have our gut, that gut feeling, and sometimes we ignore it. And guess what? When we continue to ignore it, we're going to go around in circles. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep going in them circles until we get it. And sometimes some people go in circles until they die. They just in that circle, you know. But until we get it and we say, hey, you know what? It's time for me to go. It's time for me to bounce. It's time for me to walk away from this, because this is no longer serving me. And that's the point. That is where we need to be. When we can look at something and say, hold up. Wait, what just happened? You know what? This is not serving me anymore. So I'm going to walk away. But you cannot have pride, too much pride to say that. If you have too much pride, you're going to be thinking about, oh, I invested this. I can't make a mistake, or this is going to look this way if I do this. People are going to think this about me if I do that, and I just can't because it will look bad on me. Pride is really worrying about the image. Pride is really worrying about what others think, because, like, guess what? If you were the only person here on this earth, would you really be worried about pride? Would you really have too much pride? No, because it's just yourself. Only you can see. But because we know that there are other beings here, then we kind of worry about those things, and we don't want to look a certain way, because I believe naturally, if we were here in this universe by ourselves and we were the only ones and we messed up, or we thought whatever we call messing up or making a mistake, we wouldn't really have any pride, because we're the only ones looking at ourselves and we're like, oh yeah, I did that. Okay, now what I got to do? Because really, if you go back to the old times when the earth started, the stories that we've heard about the earth being populated, those were days of trial and error. So they had to figure stuff out. They couldn't have too much pride. I'm not saying it didn't exist, but like, we wouldn't be at a place where we are today if everybody back then everybody was prideful, because nobody would learn nothing. When you have too much pride, you don't learn nothing, because you're so self-involved. You can't see anything outside of what you do, and then what you do is always great. What you do is always perfect. So you're not going to see the greater opportunity. Just as I said before, when you have too much pride, you don't look up. You don't look and see what you can learn, or what's out there, or what's beyond what you see, or what you've done. You're looking down. So how can you be looking down at everybody else and then expect growth or expect to be in a new place? You can only go to where you see. And how can you go further if you constantly looking down? I mean, you're going to bump into some stuff. You're going to fall down. You might even run into a ditch or a hole, run off. Like if the Grand Canyon was right there and you're just looking down, you're going to fall off. You're gone. That's what pride does. And so once we step out of that pride and we become proud of where we are, that is where your journey begins to continue. Because the moment you become grateful, proud, like I'm proud, you know what? Yes, that didn't go the way I wanted it to go. But guess what? I'm proud. I'm proud of myself. You know what? I stuck through it. I stuck through those times that were difficult. And guess what? You know what? I learned that everybody's not for me. I learned that every situation is not for me. I learned that everything that glitters is not gold. It's not. And so we have to be proud of where we are. And that's that attitude of gratitude. Hey. So attitude of gratefulness. And so that's where we want to be. So gratefulness and being proud, being proud of what you've done, what you've accomplished, where you are, the space that you are in now, that's going to help you in your journey. And that's what I've learned is, you know what, instead of being resentful, regretful, I'm no longer regretful. I used to be big. I used to regret so many things in my life, and you probably wouldn't believe it because everywhere I go, I'm just dancing. Hey, but I used to regret so many things in my life, but because I am where I am today, I know that I need to be more grateful for everything, because had that not happened, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have learned the lessons. It wouldn't have helped me. And it's once you get to that place where you just like, I don't regret nothing. You know what? Even if you did regret everything, you become lighter, you become freer, and you're just like, you're happier. And you can live, and you're like, what else can I learn today? What else can this universe, this world, this journey, what else can Source teach me today? And so that's the space that you want to be in. You want to be proud of where you are. You want to be grateful, thankful. But you want to get off your high horse and know that things can happen. Life does happen. And it's okay. It's just, think of it as, my bad. I'm back at you. The phone dropped, so here we go. Okay. Sorry, the camera dropped. So that was my cue that I need to go ahead and wrap this video up. It's taking a little bit too long. So I'm back. But anyway, so think of this journey as, what can is it kind of crooked? There we go. I don't know, but think of this journey as, what am I learning today? What is my lesson for me today? Where can I go today? And guess what? If you're going somewhere, that means you're moving forward. So that's the question you want to ask yourself. Where am I going today? Going means forward motion, forward movement, continuous movement. So that's what you want to do. You want to ask yourself, where are you going today? Oh, people don't even go like this. People don't even walk like this. People just walk, right? Is this the walk? Yeah, but anyway, so however you walk, you know, back in the day, this was the hip walk. But anyway, no, this ain't like the beanie weenie. Hey. How many of y'all know about the beanie weenie? Hey. Hold on, let me fix my video. I'm feeling right. There we go. Sorry, technical difficulty. But we're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right. The beanie weenie. That's a 90s dance, by the way, for those of y'all. Oh my God, what is happening today? Did it break? Oh my God. Oh my God, why is it doing that? Oh Lordy. But anyway, for those of y'all that didn't know, that last move that's born in 2000s or later, now, you know what I'm saying? I just put you up on game. But anyway, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Am I in the mirror? But it's okay. Anyway, so for those of you that haven't subscribed and you like my videos, go ahead and subscribe right now and ring that bell or press the bell thing so that you can be notified when I release videos. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you know someone that can relate or that needs this video, go ahead and share it for me, please. And if you have something that you want to say, or even if you relate, drop some comments in the comment section, okay? And then if there's something you want me to talk about, then let me know. Hey, let me know. Hold up, you know what? Let's have a toast. Hey, woo! Cheers. And I forgot, you guys are so damn amazing. There, I said it. Cheers. Do the Tootsie Roll. I got in trouble for this when I was a kid. My mom taught me doing the Tootsie Roll. She's like, what are you doing? Pass me the belt, please. I got toe up for doing the Tootsie Roll, but I'm grown now. Hey. Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Roll. Hey. Bye, y'all.